Or they'll say something was off. Or they'll talk about like, I just got this feeling in my gut. Or like, I got shivers and I didn't feel right. Those are all your intuition. And everyone experiences it a little different. But it's your subconscious. It's actually your body subconsciously in your subconscious signaling you, giving you these little warning signs. And so I say all that because when we're taught to never trust ourselves and that our heart is deceitful and can't be trusted, that's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It only works for the people in control that want to have power over you for whatever reasons. You can trust yourself. Your body is designed beautifully to send you warning signs before your brain even realizes it. And we can learn to really tune in and pay attention to our intuition. We can get better at it. It's like she talks about on her article, you're learning how to be still and how to pay attention and learning how to tune into these things. And I was taught to ignore them for a long, long time. So sometimes like I have to work hard at it because I have convinced myself that anything I think or feel is wrong. And I'm a selfish, horrible person, not to be trusted. Absolute bullshit. Okay, here's another one. Being a mother is the most important job in the world. You need to give up your dreams and desires and make your kids the priority. Don't get me wrong. I do believe being a mother is a very important job. And I take mine very seriously. I fucking love my kids. And I have spent most of my life as a mother being willing to sacrifice all of my dreams and desires to be a mother for them. And that's the part that I don't believe anymore. I don't believe that I have to sacrifice my whole life and everything I ever wanted because now I'm a mom and that's all that matters. It does matter. It absolutely fucking do. Absolutely fucking do. It absolutely fucking does matter. But it does not mean your life is over. It doesn't mean your dreams are over. It doesn't mean you should put yourself on the back burner and not pursue the things that you love and you want. Because here's the thing. Our kids grow up and they imitate us. They think my mom was, and that maybe not every kid, because I know some children grow up with some awful parents. I know my parents were not the best parents in the whole world. And there's a lot of things that I grew up, I was like, I do not want to be like that. But if we're doing our best and we want to give our kids the best life, one of the best things we can do for them is for us to honor ourselves, for us to continue to pursue the things we love. Because otherwise, they're going to say, oh, this is what moms do. Moms grow up and they become moms, and then everything they ever wanted to do gets put on the back burner. And they just become these little servants for their kids. I don't think that's doing our kids a favor. And I know for me, like in my journey in the last year and a half of really embracing myself wholeheartedly, and part of that, a big part of that was me learning, figuring out, and then embracing my bisexuality. And that was hard because that was a big adjustment for my kids. And I felt like, oh my God, like, this is going to be difficult for them. And so I should just put this all aside and wait. And then maybe once they're all grown up and they moved away, then maybe I can, explore these other parts of me. But bullshit, people, because what's going to happen is my kids are going to grow up and move away and go on with life. And they're not going to explore and discover all parts of them because their mother didn't. Why would they give themselves permission when I'm like trying to champion them to be 100% authentic and to go live their best life, but I'm not going to do that myself? Like, it doesn't work that way. So that's why I don't believe that you have to give that. In fact, I think you shouldn't. I'm adamant that you should still be able to have the life that you love. And yes, it's going to include being a mom. Does that mean, like, yes, I know there's sacrifices like, raising our kids. That's time consuming. It's, you have to rearrange a lot of your life. If you were just traveling the world, you may not be able to do that. Sorry, my nose is running. It's cold out here. Anyways, but, overall, like, you shouldn't have to just put everything aside. And I think that can really create a lot of women who are bitter. I've been around those women that, once they got married and had kids, like kind of like their life was over. I won't buy into that lie anymore. And I hope you don't either. Okay, here's another one. Exercising means you are a superficial you are a superficial person. You're shallow and you're vain. Wow. I'm not sure why the agenda of the cult that I grew up in was so much against exercising, but they really taught that it was very vain. Like you're thinking about the exterior, and we were taught to focus on the interior. Which is okay, whatever. If you want to think that you should sit around, just read the Bible and pray all day is going to make you awesome, maybe it will make you feel awesome, but you're not going to really feel awesome, because the truth about exercising is it keeps you happy and healthy, and not to mention it keeps you alive. So what a silly lie that people that exercise are these superficial people that just care about their bodies, and they're horrible people. So I grew up very, it made me very judgmental towards people that were very fit and healthy. And sure, I know you can take anything. Anybody can take anything to the extreme. I'm not talking about like living in the gym all day long. But you know what? If that's your go, then do it. And who cares who the hell judges you? They're probably just jealous. I don't want to be in the gym all day. I like to be outside. So, but I do love exercising because it makes me feel great. And it makes me feel healthy. And it makes me feel happy about myself. Because I am in control of my body. I do get to say how much weight I gain or how much weight I lose. Like, that's in my control. Yes, I'm going to control it. Yes, I'm going to care about it. I want to live as long as I can, and I want that amount of time that I'm alive, I want to feel amazing as much as I can. And so I'm going to honor my body, and honoring that means keeping moving. Whatever that looks like, for every person it's different. I have made up my own exercise routine, and I stick to it because I love it. And when it starts to feel like a drag, I change it up. But I have found, and I continue to find what works for me and change it as I need to, because I care about my body and I care about my mental health too. And exercise does a lot of good for me. When I'm able to get outside and move my body, I can think clearer, I'm happier, I feel better. Life is way fucking better. So, I'm just done judging people that are fit and healthy. It's ridiculous. If you want it, you can have it. And if you don't, that's okay too. But can we just stop putting these stupid labels on people and shaming and blaming people? Like, it's ridiculous. And I won't believe, and I never will believe, that if you get older, that just means you have to, be unhealthy, or you can't move, or you can't do what you want to do. I'm sure there's limitations as you get older, and you have to be more careful, and maybe changing to do yoga instead of like heavy weights. There's things like that. But people in the old days, they used to work until they died. Like, I'm not talking out the computer. I'm talking about like outside, plowing and digging and planting and hunting and gathering. They just kept moving. So that's my goal. I want to keep moving my whole life because I want to feel amazing my whole life.